Thailand sits at the heart of mainland Southeast Asia, between great continental routes, coastal trade corridors, and powerful neighbors. Officially the Kingdom of Thailand, it was known for centuries to much of the outside world as Siam. Today, it borders Myanmar to the west and northwest, Laos to the east and northeast, Cambodia to the southeast, and Malaysia to the south. Its shores face both the Gulf of Thailand and the Andaman Sea, linking it to maritime routes across the Indian Ocean and the South China Sea. With nearly 66 million people and an area of about 513,000 square kilometers, Thailand is not just a tourist destination or a cultural symbol. It is a regional power with a long political memory, a complex monarchy, a manufacturing economy, and a history shaped by survival between empires. Human life in the region now called Thailand stretches back at least 40,000 years, long before modern national borders existed. Archaeological evidence points to ancient communities adapting to river valleys, forests, highlands, and coastal zones. Over time, many peoples helped shape the cultural landscape, including Mon, Khmer, Malay, and later Thai-speaking groups. These communities did not form a single unified country at first. Instead, the region was a mosaic of settlements, trading towns, religious centers, and local kingdoms. Geography mattered deeply. Fertile river plains supported rice agriculture, while trade routes connected inland communities to India, China, and the wider maritime world. This early mixture of peoples and influences explains why Thai culture contains layers, local traditions, Indian religious ideas, Khmer political models, Chinese migration, and later global connections. The Thai peoples are believed to have migrated gradually into the area of modern Thailand between roughly the 8th and 10th centuries, with origins often linked to regions farther north, including areas around today's northwestern Vietnam. Their arrival did not erase earlier cultures. Instead, Thai-speaking communities interacted with Mon, Khmer, and other populations already present. Over generations, these interactions produced new political and cultural forms. Buddhism, especially Theravada Buddhism, became one of the most important shared foundations. It influenced kingship, education, art, law, and everyday moral life. Early Thai polities grew in a world where power was often flexible. Rather than fixed borders, rulers controlled networks of towns, tribute relationships, and agricultural populations. This political style would shape the rise of the first major Thai kingdoms. The Sukhothai kingdom is often remembered as the beginning of Thai history in a national sense. Emerging in the 13th century, Sukhothai became associated with a golden age of Thai language, Buddhist kingship, and cultural identity. Later memory presents it as a place where rulers governed with a paternal image and where Thai script and religious patronage flourished. But Sukhothai was not alone. In the north, Lan Na developed around Chiang Mai, building its own distinctive political and artistic traditions. These kingdoms were part of a wider regional pattern of competing centers. Their influence rose and fell depending on military strength, trade, alliances, and control of rice-producing lands. They laid foundations, but the state that would dominate the region for centuries was Ayutthaya. Founded in 1350, Ayutthaya became one of the most powerful kingdoms in Southeast Asia. Located near rivers that connected inland agriculture to maritime trade, it was well positioned to become a wealthy capital. Ayutthaya gradually replaced the Khmer Empire as a dominant regional force and built a sophisticated court culture. Its rulers drew on Buddhist, Brahmanic, and local traditions to create a sacred monarchy with elaborate ceremonies and strong administrative control. The kingdom traded with China, Japan, Persia, India, and Europe. Portuguese envoys arrived in 1511, beginning sustained European contact. Unlike later colonial relationships, early European presence in Ayutthaya was mostly commercial and diplomatic. Foreign merchants were useful, but they operated within a powerful Asian kingdom that understood how to balance outside interests. Ayutthaya's wealth also made it a target. For centuries, it competed with neighboring powers, especially Burmese kingdoms to the west. Warfare in this period was not simply about drawing borders. It often involved controlling manpower, tributary towns, trade routes, and royal prestige. The decisive catastrophe came during the Burmese-Siamese War of 1765 to 1767. Forces of the Konbaung dynasty attacked and eventually destroyed Ayutthaya in 1767. The old capital was burned, its population scattered, and its political order shattered. For Thai historical memory, the fall of Ayutthaya became a trauma, the destruction of a great civilization and a warning about disunity. Yet it was not the end of Siam. Out of the collapse came rapid reunification under a new ruler. After Ayutthaya fell, King Taksin emerged as the figure who reunified much of the kingdom. He established the Thonburi Kingdom, with its capital on the west bank of the Chao Phraya River. Thonburi lasted only about 15 years, but it was crucial because it restored political order after devastation. Taksin's rule ended when he was overthrown, and in 1782 Phuthaotpha Chulalak, known as Ramai, founded the Chukri dynasty. He moved the capital across the river to Bangkok and established the Rattanakosin Kingdom. This was the beginning of the dynasty that still occupies the Thai throne today. Bangkok became more than a capital city. It became the symbolic center of monarchy, Buddhism, administration, and national identity. One of the most remarkable parts of Thailand's history is that Siam avoided formal colonization by European powers, while nearly every other country in Southeast Asia came under colonial rule. This survival was not accidental. Siam stood between British-controlled territories, especially Burma and Malaya, and French-controlled Indochina. Its rulers used diplomacy, reform, and strategic concessions to preserve independence. At times, Siam ceded territory, granted trade privileges, and accepted unequal treaties that limited sovereignty. But the monarchy also modernized the state, especially under King Chulalongkorn. Rama V reformed centralized administration, reorganized the bureaucracy, reduced older forms of labor control, and presented Siam as a modern kingdom able to deal with Europe on diplomatic terms. Independence came at a cost, but it was preserved. In the early 20th century, Siam continued adapting to a world dominated by empires and international law. One important decision was joining World War I on the side of the Allies. This was not driven by battlefield necessity so much as diplomacy. Siamese leaders hoped that participation would strengthen the country's international position and help revise unequal treaties imposed by Western powers. The strategy worked in part, improving Siam's status after the war. But pressure for change was growing at home. The state had become more centralized and modern, yet political authority remained concentrated in an absolute monarchy. Educated officials and military officers increasingly questioned whether the old system could continue. These tensions led to one of the most important turning points in Thai history. In 1932, the Kanaratsadon, or People's Party, carried out the Siamese Revolution. The absolute monarchy was replaced by a constitutional monarchy with parliamentary institutions. This did not end the monarchy, but it changed its formal role in the state. A few years later, the country was officially renamed Thailand, reflecting a new nationalist vision. During World War II, Thailand was governed under the military dictatorship of Plaek Phibun Songkhram and allied with Japan. But the story was complicated by the Free Thai movement, an underground resistance network whose declaration of peace was recognized by the Allies. Because of this, Thailand avoided being treated like a fully defeated Axis nation. After the war, the episode showed a recurring pattern. Thai politics often combined official power, military influence, and strategic flexibility. During the Cold War, Thailand became a major partner of the United States and a key anti-communist state in Southeast Asia. It supported efforts against communism during the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and other regional conflicts. Thailand also joined the Southeast Asia Treaty Organization, known as SEATO, and later became a major non-NATO ally of the United States. This alliance shaped its military, economy, and foreign policy. American bases, aid, and investment helped connect Thailand more deeply to global capitalism, while fears of communist insurgency strengthened the role of the armed forces in domestic politics. From the 1970s through the 1990s, Thailand moved back and forth between democratic openings and military rule. Its institutions developed, but civilian authority remained repeatedly vulnerable to coups. Thailand's 21st-century politics have been marked by polarization, especially around supporters and opponents of Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. Thaksin built strong electoral support, particularly among rural and lower-income voters, through populist policies and mass party organization. His opponents accused him of corruption, authoritarian tendencies, and threatening established institutions. The conflict contributed to military coups in 2006 and 2014. Under the 2017 constitution, Thailand formally remains a parliamentary constitutional monarchy with a bicameral legislature, an elected House of Representatives and an appointed Senate. But the political structure allows significant influence from the Royal Thai Armed Forces. In recent years, demonstrations have demanded more democracy and even reform of the monarchy, an unusually sensitive issue in Thai public life. The result is a political system where elections, courts, the military, monarchy, and street movements all shape power. Today, Thailand is a newly industrialized developing country with one of Southeast Asia's most important economies. It has the region's second-largest economy and ranks high globally by purchasing power parity. Manufacturing is central, especially automobiles, electronics, processed food, and export industries. Agriculture remains important, with rice historically tied to both economy and identity. Tourism is another major pillar, drawing visitors to Bangkok, beaches, temples, mountains, food culture, and historic sites. Thailand is also a founding member of ASEAN and an important regional actor, though it continues to face border tensions, including disputes with Cambodia. The country's modern identity is shaped by contrasts: ancient kingdoms and global factories, Buddhist traditions and mass tourism, constitutional politics and military influence, independence from colonization and deep engagement with world powers. Thailand's story is ultimately one of adaptation, survival, and constant negotiation between past and future. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.